University, head coach Anthony Jones. Are you with us?
Yes, I am. Good morning.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm well, thank you. And yourself?
I'm doing just fine. Your impressions or reflections on your game on Saturday night, and then we'll look forward to the game that you have coming up this weekend as you visit Texas Southern for the early afternoon game on SWAC TV.
Well, this past weekend it was a great atmosphere. We got to open up our renovated stadium, new turf field. There was a lot of excitement in the air. Both teams came out. First half, it was a kind of a tit-for-tat kind of a deal. Very explosive. Both teams put up 21 points, and it was back and forth, and back and forth. So halftime was 21 all. And then came out in the second half, and I think the difference in the second half, again, they put together 3 drives that yielded them points, but their points were in the form of field goals, and we put together 3 drives, whether it were turnovers or not, that yielded us 3 scores, and our 3 scores were touchdowns, and of course that was the difference in the ball game. Very hard-fought ball game. Prairie View has a very talented football team. Their offense is very explosive, a very tough running game, and they play well. Most of them had them ready to play, and they played well, and so it was a good football game for both parts. Of course, we were fortunate enough to get the victory. This upcoming week, we go down and play Texas Southern in a different type of an atmosphere. They'll have a new stadium, and mainly the biggest part is going to be trying to adjust to the time frame. It's an 11 o'clock ball game, something that we haven't done around here in an awful long time, and so that's something we got to get used to. Again, we're playing against a team that's very explosive on the offensive side, very talented on the defensive side. Of course, they're not playing at the level that they want to play, but they're very capable of being very, very tough on the defensive side. Good personnel, well-coached football team that we got to go down there and play. And it's probably going to be a tough environment for us, but we'll go on the road and do our best to see how this thing turns out.
Question for Coach Jones.
Hey, Coach Jones, good morning to you. Ty Miller from Sheridan Broadcasting.
Hey, Ty.
Coach, I just want to know about one of your players. Can you tell me a bit more about Vernon Marshall, your linebacker?
He's a good kid. His kid probably has the highest grade point average on the team. He's around a 3.7, close to a 3.7 grade point average. I think he's in education. He's from the Birmingham area. 3-year starter for a 3-year player, or really a 4-year player for us, 3-year starter. He's probably going to graduate in 4 years with, again, a great grade point average. Real good kid. He's a leader. He works hard. He's one of them kind of go-getter kind of guys that play. You put him on special teams. You put him on the defense. He don't complain. He go out there, do his job, and keep doing it, and will always give you 100% effort. So he's one of those kids that you definitely want to have on your football team. Good kid.
Coach, in terms of the turnovers your team got this past weekend, were they attributable to more so the mistakes Prairie View was making, or the schemes you were running, just capitalizing off that?
I think it was a combination. When you turn the ball over, or when you force turnovers, it's not like the kids are doing it on purpose. The ones who are creating the turnovers, some of them we were able to get the ball out, knock the ball loose. Some of them we kind of had an idea of what they were doing. In some incidents, the quarterback kind of stirred us down a little bit. We were able to make plays on the ball like that. So Julius Williams, he started the game off with 2 turnovers. First play of the game, it was an interception. The next play, he created a fumble. And I think the last turnover was just, a tremendous effort Reginald Bailey batted the ball down, and as he batted the ball, he kind of batted to himself, and he bobbled the ball around for a little bit. Their quarterback tried to break it up, and because of great effort and other guys hustling, Preston was able to get the interception. So there was just tremendous effort. Both guys tried to make a play on the football, and we were fortunate to come away with it. And so sometimes turnovers just couldn't due to great effort. Of course, preparation, and sometimes it's a mistake, and sometimes it's all of the above.
But you talked about the early start time this weekend when you take on Texas Southern. So how will that affect the travel plans this weekend?
Well, we'll get there a little earlier. It's not going to affect the travel plans that much because, we're going to go ahead and fly down there. But what it's going to do is going to affect our preparation. Friday night will be, we'll move things up a little bit so our kids can get to bed a little earlier, and then on Saturday, of course, we got to rise a little earlier and wake up and get the cobwebs out and get ready to go play a football game. All our football games have been in the evening. I mean, we've had 2 6 o'clock games and 1 7 o'clock game, and usually around 11 o'clock, we're back in the bed. We done had our breakfast, met, and back in the bed kind of doing our, siesta time, if you will, just kind of relaxing. Now we're going to be knocking heads, getting ready to play a football game against a very talented football team. So, it changes it as far as that regard is concerned.
And what kind of mental adjustment do the players have to make with that being the case?
Did you say mental?
Yes, mental adjustment.
Yeah, they got to get to bed. They can't stay up all night watching TV and playing on video games like some of them do. So, we gotta plan a little better this year. Our guys got to get a little more rest during the day, so we're not in the morning half sleep and all this other kind of stuff. We got to be ready to play.
And one question about Texas Southern, Coach. Your thoughts on Darryl Asbury and what you know of him and of the Darryl Asbury coach team?
Well, I mean, I don't know a lot about him. I know by watching his team this year, they're well coached, they're talented, they get after people, they don't quit. That's usually the mark of a good football coach, a guy who knows how to motivate his team, guys who know how to keep them going for the entire 60 minutes. I don't look at teams' records, things of that sort, because different circumstances can allow, things to happen that don't go in your favor. I know this team is going to come after us. They're going to come after us with an explosive offense. They're going to come after us with an attacking defense. They're going to come after us with a sound special team. And we better be ready to play. I know they're going to, throw everything at us, and we better be ready to play. They're a good football team.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Final question for Coach Jones. Any other questions for Coach Jones?
Coach Jones, Luke Williams from the Black College Sports Page. How are you?
I'm well, sir. How are you today?
Deontay's best game since he's been playing for you this past Saturday?
Stat-wise, yes. He's graded out higher before, but, I mean, he was in complete control. Probably had one bad pass that he wished he could get back, and their linebacker couldn't corral it in anyway. So other than that, I thought he had an outstanding football game. He was well into the game plan. He knew some of the things that we wanted to do when they got into some of the things that they wanted to do, and he checked us into some better situations. And that's what I expect, from a veteran quarterback, a guy who understands the game plan and know if they're doing something to take something away from us, he moves to another direction. Yes, it was his best game stat-wise and command-wise.
I had some follow-ups, but you answered all of those. Good luck this week, and thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Coach Jones, I want to thank you for coming on and joining us this morning, as usual. And we wish you luck on your trip out to Texas. Once again, Bulldogs in action at Texas Southern. Early game on SWAC TV on Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Once again, live on SWAC TV. Thanks again, Coach, and we'll talk to you again next Monday.
Thank you.